Hi, this is Coach David Halal. Um, I've been thinking about this for a long time, and I wanted to make sure that I teach on that today. Um, Before I start, I wanted to explain to you my very first video on this channel was about instructions. So while you're listening and hopefully learning something, you should pay attention very closely to how you follow instructions, to how you, the ones that you agree with, the things that I've taught on this channel, are you following them if you agree with them? If you agree with them, don't say, wow, that's really good stuff, but at least try to do them. Try to follow the instructions. Because until you follow an instruction, your life cannot change. Yes, you might get as much information as you can get, fill your belly with information, but if you don't follow the instruction, it's really no good to you. Now let's talk about conversation. Winston Churchill says the best argument against democracy, he says, is a 5-minute conversation with the average voter. 5-minute conversation with the average voter. Conversation is very important. Conversation is extremely important. An effective listener is someone who unlocks your passion to talk. When you finally find somebody who can listen, because most people don't want to listen. Have you ever realized that the word listen, Listen, has the same letters as the word silent, Silent? Do you understand what I'm saying? Listen, Listen, has the same amount of words and the same letters. It has the same amount of letters as silent. So for you to listen, you have to stay silent. You understand? We have many classes in college, in high school, and the university all over the world that talks about how to talk, how to give a speech. I've taken many speech classes, in college. But they don't really have classes. They don't have many classes on listening. And so it's hard to find a good listener because we don't learn. We don't learn to listen. We'd rather talk. We'd rather let ourselves be heard. And our conversation, my friend, is extremely important. In fact, to communicate with somebody, to talk to someone that can listen, that is willing to listen to you, is the rarest thing on the earth. Diamond is more common than a good listener. Intelligence, my friend, is understanding the information. Clever is manipulating the information. A woman talks to get close to you. A man talks to get admiration. Men don't use as many words as women on an average, basis. Do not expect, my friends, a Honda conversation to produce a Mercedes relationship. Because some people, you're talking to them, it's really a waste of time. When you talk to someone, you need to listen for tone, listen for falsehood, listen for honor, for respect. You need to extract from every conversation, knowledge from every conversation. You need to extract knowledge from every conversation. Because when somebody tell you, I think it was Maya Angelou that said, she said, when somebody tell you who they are, believe them. You see, believe them. The faster you speak, the less people remember. Because the human brain, it's not because it's not capable, but it's hard to stay focused. And in order for you to change your conversation, you must read, you must study. You must find out what you like and study so you can go in that direction. Because that's extremely important. Conversation can change the world. One conversation on the cross, the guy on the right side, the guy on the left side, one conversation with Jesus Christ, one conversation with the right person in your life will change your entire life, will change your entire future, because conversation is very important. Whatever you talk about the most in your life is the most important thing in your life. Whatever you talk about most is the most important thing in your life. Why? Because whatever we talk about the most is usually right there in the frontal cortex of our brain and the frontal lobe. So we speak it because it's more important to us. So it's the last thing in our mind. Do you understand? Your words are creating your experiences. If you use negative words, your life will be negative. If you use positive words, your words will be positive. Your world will be positive. Your words keep your past alive or kills your past. See, if you have a bad past or something you don't want to remember, don't talk about it. Some of us, we like to see the mind. God gave us a mind. The mind is there to make you remember the past and make you picture with your imagination the future. If you use it more to remember the bad things that happened to you, to remember the past, then you're having the wrong conversation. You're using your mind the wrong way. You should use your mind to remember the future and to imagine the greatness or the good things that will happen later on in life. Conversation can reveal what your discerning has not. If you have not discerned something, your conversation will reveal it. You talk to somebody for 2 to 5 minutes, you can find out if they're intelligent, if they're clever, if they're smart, if they well read, if they haven't read in a long time. You can even, most of the time, you can tell how far have they gone to, school, in education and things like that, because when you talk to somebody, while they're talking, they are revealing themselves to you. Conversation decides the enjoyment of a relationship. You see, you enjoy a relationship that has good conversation. And the ones that don't have good conversation, that doesn't have good conversation, you walk away from them. Why? Because conversation is that important. Most women think that because, their sexiness, their bodies keep a man. No, your body will make a man want you, but your conversation will keep him around. Most women don't know how to talk to their men. Most women don't know how to talk to their men. But what keep a man around and keep the men happy and make the men keep coming back is your conversation. And the same thing, if a man knows how to conversate with his wife, how to compliment, how to talk to his wife, she will keep coming for more. So don't think just because you are married that you have the person. Because the sign that you have them is when they're in your presence, how often they want to stay there. But if they keep running away, there must be a reason. That means you're not as interesting as you think you are. That's the hard truth. There's a story in the Bible that I'd like to talk about for a second. King David, he went to, he was in the desert somewhere, and this guy had a lot of, another guy that was very wealthy had a lot of servants, with animals, cattle and all that. And David and his men protected them from, piracy and animals, wild animals and everything. And when David was hungry, he told the men that we need some food, so please, we watch your animals and your servants for you, nothing, we didn't let nothing bad happen to them. The man had a bad conversation with David, the person that King David sent to talk to him. The man was very rude. He said, "Who are you, David?" He cussed him out and everything. So that was a negative conversation. But this man's wife, Abigail, came to talk to David and to stop David from killing the man. He said to David, "You are king. You are anointed man of God. Everybody knows that you are a man after God's own heart. Everybody knows that you are an awesome man." You see, while she's talking, she's elevating David. She's talking to David's king, to the king that's in David. While David did not have a throne yet, excuse me, but she was talking to David's goodness. And because she had the right conversation, she uses her words wisely. What happened is David became calm. She said, he said, "You know what? I won't do anything to Nabal. I won't attack him. I won't attack the foolishness of Nabal because you, Abigail, have spoken to my heart." Do you understand? So one conversation can either elevate somebody or crush them. Conversation is an IQ test because you can tell how smart somebody is. And another thing, conversation is like a ping pong game. Your returning the ball matters. You see? Because the way you talk to me, it will decide if I stay at the table to keep playing the tennis or the ping pong game with you. It's kind of like dating, which we'll talk about another time. But it's very important. If I talk to you, if I text you until you text me back, I should not be bombarding you with texts or calling you when you never call me. Makes sense, right? Because any relationship is like playing tennis. I throw the ball in your court, you throw it back to me. Otherwise, there is no reciprocity. Keep your conversation clean, speak positively, and you'll see your life change. This is Coach David Halal, fearlessly and passionately changing your life from A to Z. And I'm pursuing my call and my destiny. See you later. Don't forget to subscribe and like my videos. Certified coach, life coach, David Yeshua Halal. See you later, YouTube. Bye.